Today we're going to play with my newest favorite deck, and it comes from the mind of a subscriber all-star, Brent. The deck is commanded by Kairi, the Swirling Sky. Although Kairi can win by itself as a big evasive creature that is difficult to kill, what we actually want to do is to abuse its triggered ability, because when it dies, we can choose to bounce permanents from our opponents, or most of the time, mill ourselves to get 2 instants or sorceries back to our hand. The way we will trigger this ability is by using clone effects, Mirror Image, Mirror Hole Mimic, Glasspool Mimic, Quasi-Duplicates, and so on. When we clone Kairi, we will Legend Rule ourselves and we can let the original Kairi die. This way, we will start finding our better spells, the Time Warps, Alrund's Epiphanies, Sublime Epiphanies, you know, all the busted cards. If we are lucky enough, we can use Time Warp, clone Kairi, let it die, bring back Time Warp, maybe another clone effect, looping these cards time and time again. The deck can really go off at that point. We can also play some Planeswalkers, use Luxior to make them creatures and copy them, flood the board of Planeswalkers. This deck can win in many ways and it's too fun to play. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go to the games. What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Historic Brawl, and this time I bring you Mono Blue Kairi, the Swirling Sky, my new favorite deck in the world. I love this deck. I've been playing with this deck for a couple of weeks when Brent sent it to me, and at first it's difficult to understand what you're trying to do, but then when you understand it, it's so much fun. So this is Mono Blue control, but it's also trying to abuse Kairi's triggered ability by cloning it. We're going to play an Oracle of the Alpha. The good thing about Oracle in this deck is that if we find Time Walk and we can start looping it with Kairi from the graveyard, it's so good, so good. Opponent playing with Aura, this is Clerics. Auras of Clerics, they go Cemetery Tampering, starting the milling process themselves. We can choose here, maybe we could go Helm of the Host, start copying the oracles. We could also foretell the Alrund's Epiphany. I think we need the 6th land, obviously, for our commander. I'm happy to play here the Helm of the Host. There we go. Maybe we can start copying oracles, put more power 9 on the library, or we can play Kairi and start copying Kairi. The good thing also about Kairi is that it's such a good threat on its own. Most decks will have a lot of trouble trying to kill Kairi because of the War 3. We can luckily counterspell their commander because Wash Away is broken, and I think that before Helm of the Host we should go Kairi, put the pressure on them. If they find a way to kill it, ooh, solve the equation. Alright, that finds a Time Walk. That actually finds a Time Walk. Even if they kill Kairi, we are happy if it's a destroy spell like this, like they go Cleansing Nova. Alright, that's not too big of a deal, because we can trigger Kairi, mill 6, get 2 spells, so we will get the solve the equation that we were going to draw, and we can get also a Wash Away for the future. So it's really not a big deal if they kill Kairi. It's oftenly something that we want. So we can foretell the Alrund's Epiphany, and then we can also go solve the equation. Still going to go find the Time Walk that we put there with the Oracle of the Alpha. We could also grab Ancestral Recall, but I would like to have an extra turn. Why don't we have an extra turn? Time Walk, Helm of the Host triggers, nothing there. We draw more power 9. We play our commander. Yes, we play Kairi and we say go. Oh, we could also put the Shuari Disruption land into play. And yeah, things are looking good. We could also take an extra turn. Start maybe copying Kairi with Helm of the Host. Then we will be able to also keep up a Wash Away. Good things, good things. Inspiring Overseer for the opponent. Drain a card, and they play Heliod. Nothing too scary. We draw another interesting spell. I think I like to make the Helm of the Host play. Start putting copies of Kairi. This is the way that does not trigger Kairi because the copies are not legendary. But you can imagine that we are extremely happy to have multiple copies of Kairi in the battlefield. So maybe they go another Wrath and we will get 4 spells on exchange. Taborax. Can let that go. Another mana rock. So I think we just go to attacks. Copy Kairi one more time. Attack them for 18 in the air. And this is looking really over with so many ways to counter their spells. We could even take an extra turn. And yep. Got the first one. Well, here we are back for another game with Kairi the Swirling Sky fighting against Jadar. Mono Blue versus Mono Black. We go first conveniently. This hand, I don't like it for Jadar because when you play versus Jadar, you want to find some either a counter spell for the first time they play Jadar, or a way to remove it or conveniently bounce it back, because they can start using their Decay Zombie to maybe draw extra cards and do some busted things. So I always like to ensure some sort of interaction versus Jadar on the early turns. On the late game, it's very possible that we are going to win. So just bouncing Jadar one turn could be the difference in this type of games. Right, opponent plays Jadar again. That is expected. And here comes the Specimen. Go down to 23. Now we can put Brazen Borrower into play. Start some pressure on the air. Glasspool Mimic is good because that's a clone effect for Kairi in the future. Let's attack them for 3. I think I'm going to play Tezzeret here because they won't be able to attack and kill Tezzeret unless they find 1 extra point of damage. And I actually would like to find better spells. Because clones are good once we have Kairi, but we need lands for that to happen. Alright, there's 1 land. We need to discard 2 things. Spell Pierce and maybe Pact. Yeah, because I don't see myself taking a turn off to pay for a Pact of Negation. Like, Mono Black is not going to play such a disruptive spell like you want to Pact. Maybe a Sheoldred, maybe. But so Pact of Negation and Spell Pierce also are not looking very good versus them. Opponent looking at damaging Tezzerets, yeah. There you go, attacking for 4. That's nice, because we can activate Tezzeret again next turn. And they passed with 4 mana up. Interesting. Interesting. So let's do the Tezzeret thing. Draw 2. Maybe discard 1 artifact if we draw some of them. No. Alright, so Mirrorhole Mimic is something that we can discard because we can use it from the graveyard. And maybe I don't think we need all the clone effects. Geralf is good. I would play Geralf. So what we're going to have here is 5 mana, but we cannot double spell this turn, unfortunately. So I think I'm putting a blocker on the battlefield. So I'm going to keep Geralf. So I'm discarding Mirrorhole Mimic and a clone. Play a land. We could go find something with Solve the Equation. But I think I want to play Geralf. We can still attack first, because Brazen Borrower does not stop the ground creatures. And yeah, it's a fine line between Solve the Equation, find a find some interaction, or Geralf. The thing is that Geralf will be difficult for them to attack through unless they have a removal, which is the most likely scenario. Opponent. Erebos' intervention, our graveyard? Well, alright. That was... So they didn't want to kill Brazen Borrower. They didn't have enough for Geralf, conveniently. So they exiled our graveyard. Alright. Okay, so Tezzeret attacked. We can eat Jadar, which is really good. Because now if they want to play Jadar again, they spend their entire turn doing that. Yep. There's Jadar again. But now we can play Kairi. Luxior is fine if we find our Planeswalkers. The good thing about Geralf, so Geralf is in the deck. I believe it's in the deck to, of course, sacrifice Kairi, trigger Kairi, get a very good reward. Like, it will give you a replacement of Kairi, essentially, because it will be a flying 6/6 zombie. So, actually, Geralf works really, really well with Kairi. It's almost like a clone effect, if you think about it. Opponent Bolas is Citadel. Alright. Looks like they found nothing, just a land on top. Because they didn't have priority. Alright, so we are going to do fun things. Fun things. We can go island. I believe we could go to attacks, attack them for 9. We go down to 7. We can spark double Kairi. This is going to be an exact copy of Kairi. And then solve the equation, find ourselves a nice little time warp for next turn. And now they have to do something big. Like, they would have to wrath our board. We still get the triggers from Kairi. Targeted removal, they could maybe find 1. Pay for the ward 3. So it's a very difficult situation for them. They do have a lot of mana. With the Cabal Stronghold. Bastion of Remembrance. Alright. And a Morbid Opportunist from the top. Ooh, they do have the Blood on the Snow. Alright. Well, this is not the end of the world. We triggered Kairi twice. We lose a bunch of life. And we get some spells. I'm not going to bounce their things. We will mill 6, return 2. Yeah. Again. Let's get... We can get... Well, we can get everything here. Like, we can get both of those. And then we can get here Epiphany. And also solve the equation again. So Jewelry Disruption is a land. And yeah. Like, with these spells in hand and they at 4 life, it's very likely we're going to win. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are for another round with Kairi the Swirling Sky facing Mono Blue God Eternal Kefnet. We go first. And hand looks alright. We have interaction, like if they... Stern Dismissal is good versus God Eternal Kefnet. Delaying it 1 turn and maybe also... Well, we also have Thassa's Intervention for some counters. Let's hope that they don't play something good here or... Right. Maze Mind Tome. That's okay. That's okay, because now we can pass with 3 mana up, and if they don't do anything, we can Thirst for Knowledge. Keep drawing. We would like to resolve Kairi versus them, because they will have a hard time dealing with a flying 6/6 Ward 3. Opponents doing the Scry with Maze Mind Tome. I'm pissed off. I forgot to add my beautiful basics, and now I have to play with Brent basics, which are ugly. Yeah. My beautiful basics. I think I'm going to counter the Skyclave Relic. I don't want to give you any advantage in mana here. Because now if they go land, play God Eternal Kefnet, we can both Thirst for Knowledge and Stern Dismissal. Whereas on the other hand, they could go God Eternal Kefnet, maybe hold up some 1 mana counter. Alright, Thirst for Knowledge for us. We are thirst for some knowledge. Alright, there you go, Miscast. You see, they had the 1 mana interaction. But that's fine, we can go here, Mind Stone, also Geralf. Do you counter this one? And there we go. Oh, Geralf is such a crazy good card. I would like to play again with the Toughness Matters Geralf deck. I played it before. You should find it in the videos. Curate. Opponent cantripping. Well, if they activate Maze Mind Tome, maybe to find a land, then we can... Oh, they got the land. Maybe we can Kairi. I was going to say maybe we can Kairi. Or, instead of that, we can go to their turn, try to resolve a Blue Sun Zenith. I like that. If they give me this window, I'm going to do it right now. And I think I'm going to leave 1 up to also have the possibility on their turn to bounce God Eternal. Do they have something else? Oh, wow. Opponent playing all the 1 mana counter spells. You saw, I predicted it. I knew that they had the 1 mana counter spells. Alright, so we got 2 treasures in exchange for 1 of their cards and 1 of our cards. But now we can do what we said we were going to do, which is bounce their commander. Unless they have a counter, but if they have a counter, that's also 1 for 1. So, yeah, there you go. Stern Dismissal. God Eternal Kefnet dismissed. And this is the opening for Kairi. Let's tap properly. They did have the counter. They had the perfect counter at the perfect time, because Wash Away is always there. What a brutally amazing and stupid card it's Wash Away. Well, we need to find something, because they have 4 cards, and now a Cavalier of Gales that lets them brainstorm, and we just have our commander, because Mirror Box is cute for some of the hidden modes of this deck, but right now it's not going to work too much. Brazen Bee. The cool thing is that we can use Geralf to sacrifice Kairi and find more action. I don't want to do it right now. Maybe we do it at the end of their turn. Maybe we do it on our next turn. But that is a very good way to keep the presence in the board, but also find our best spells. And now Kefnet comes back. And the good thing is we have a 6/6 flyer that stops both their creatures. We could do it now, but no point in doing it spending a treasure. That's another land. So we could try to blow them out, like if we attack and they double block. If they don't have a counter spell in hand, of course that is. we could bounce one of their creatures and eat the other one. Well, they don't block, obviously, but that could have happened. And I think now I'm going to do it. Replace Kairi with a 6/6 flyer zombie. Trigger Kairi. See what we find from the top. Mill 6. Ah, Kairi's so good. This so underrated and so good. Mill 6. Return what? We could return Blue Sun Zenith. I am a little worried about their counter spells. So we could fight Fire with Fire, get a counter spell, and also maybe Thirst for Knowledge. Because Thirst for Knowledge is 3 mana for 3 cards. Whereas Blue Sun Zenith requires that we spend more mana. So let's do it like that. Get a 6/6. And I guess we could bounce God Eternal so they don't have the possibility to get lucky, trigger something from the top of their deck. And just pass, holding up Thirst, holding up Wash Away. We're looking good. So it's kind of crazy because one turn ago we were saying we just have a Kairi in hand and a Geralf and a mirror box, and then all of a sudden we have mostly the same board, but our hand is looking spectacular, like really spectacular. That's the things you can do with Kairi. Some of the small things that you can do with Kairi. Then there are other broken things like looping Time Warps, looping Time Walks, looping all your best spells from the graveyard, cloning it infinitely. So now we can go God Eternal Kefnet counter with the Wash Away and cleave it. We have to cleave it because they are playing it from their hand, not from the command zone. And I think we are in control of this game. Cavalier is good, but it's not a 6/6. So super good. Super happy with this performance. It's like this is a normal performance and opponent scoops it up. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are for another round with Kairi. And this time is versus Mono Green. And another thing that I like about this deck is that for some reason it's not putting us versus the top decks. And I'm happy with that because this deck, as much as I like it, I have to admit that it can be really OP at sometimes and not too fun to play against. So I would have expected it to go to a much tougher queue. Like for example, the other day I played with Thorbrand on the channel. It was Thorbrand Burn. Like it's Thorbrand and I'm just playing common and uncommon spells to deal 3 damage, paying 3 mana. And for some reason that is going to the hell queue. Like you only play with Kinans, Golos, Goshintais, Teferis. That's... I don't understand the matchmaking sometimes. Like this deck should probably be going against worst decks, like top decks. And Thorbrand, although I can understand that Burn is not a fun archetype to go against, and it can even be strong, it really feels like nothing compared to this deck. Like I don't remember when's the last time that I lost a game with Kairi. Alright, so we are going versus Mono Green Titania, and we are accelerating our mana. We are going to win the longer games. So we are happy with this type of games where they don't pressure us. And our deck is really prepared to tempo them out. So many ways to bounce their permanents, so many ways to deal with their threats. They're going to untap a land and beat us down with a 5/5 forest. We can put a counter on Midnight Clock, accelerate the ticking process. And now it's 6 mana. And now we decide to go Kairi. The reason why I play Kairi here is to be, of course, mana efficient. I don't have any other better play. But it's also sneaky good versus their... Well, I was going to say it was very good versus Nissa, but I didn't realize that they could ultimate Nissa. So now they can draw a card every time they play a land. Well, that's really good for them, because Titania is completely prepared to play multiple lands a turn. But I don't think that they can easily fight with what we are trying to do here, because now I'm going to slam Jin-Gitaxias. And the funny thing is, if we play Jin-Gitaxias and start playing our instants and looping Kairis, we could be taking two extra turns in a row if we find them. So yeah, let's go Jin-Gitaxias. If they have some sort of instant sorcery or artifacts that they want to play, then they are going to be punished. So they should play only creatures here. No, that doesn't work. Oh no, full price. Oh, full price Great Henge. And they're not scooping, so that was painful. Alright, so we could do multiple things. We can draw many cards with Thirst. I would like to draw some cards here. Let's draw 3, copy it. We can discard 1 land. And discard... Maybe we discard here Memory Deluge. And probably... Arcane Signet. Yeah. This Luxior with Planeswalkers is good. I don't want to discard Luxior. And let's also first go to attacks. Attack them for 11. And just copy Kairi. Keep this Kairi. Trigger. Mill. Bounce and returns 2 things. We can return into the Royal and Stern Dismissal for any creature, big creature. So there you go. Clones with Kairi. Really nice thing to be doing. This is not the busted most powerful thing that the deck can do. If we found a Time Warp, we could... Ooh, Ulamog. So I think they can just kill Jin-Gitaxias, right? Yeah. They cannot pay for the ward in Kairi. This is not too bad, because we're going to win. Yeah, we just have the extra turn spell. We could also bounce. No, it's not necessary. We can go to our turn. We are going to beat them with an Ulamog on the battlefield. So, okay, you can imagine the battlefield. Ulamog is on the ground, and then there's a flying Kairi. And then there is a extra turn spell. And we win. Good game. Strong deck. We continue to play with Kairi the Swirling Sky. We are going up against Elas Il-Kor, and this will be our last round playing with Kairi. I just realized I'm having so much fun playing with Kairi. I want to keep playing and I want to keep winning, because I'm still to lose a match with this deck. But this will be the last one. This will be the last one for sure. Opponent is on Elas Il-Kor. This is Aristocrats Sacrifice, Drain Your Life, Orzhov. One of the newest, coolest decks in the format. And we will try to tempo them out. That's what we do here. With what we have in hand, we should be able to deal with them. We have the tools. Oh, this is something we don't like to see. Because although we have the tools, we are going to pay so much life to use them. So in this case, we can go Semblance Scanner, which is a creature, which we can also use to clone Kairi. And we see the most broken card in Historic Brawl being played by our opponent, the Black Market Connections. So things are going south pretty fast. I thought this hand was going to be amazing versus them. And although it still is, they also have very good cards. You see, now we clone a Semblance Scanner in our hand. We can equip that to Kairi and maybe clone Kairi's in our hand. Alright, so we have to decide, what do we pick? This is a very bad set of 3 cards from Key to the Archive. I think I want the life gain from Helix, because we are going to go down pretty fast with this Kambal on the board. We can also kill Kambal like this. Opponents abusing their black market. They go Elas Ilkor, setting up. And the Heliod. Heliod, dirty Heliod. Alright, so what do we do here? I think we could kill Kambal and then play an Oracle. Good thing about Oracle is that it puts Time Walk in our deck. Maybe we can find that with Kairi. Let's kill Kambal. Gain some life. Get Drain. Oh no. Oh no, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize this. Ah, no. Alright. Oh. Well, yeah. That was disgusting. Oh, such an idiot. Okay, I wasted a Lightning Helix for nothing. Just win 3. 2 mana win 3. That's good. And now I'm worried that I'm going to cost us the game. Alright, so let's keep composure. We can recover. Oketra's Monument. Well, this Reverse Rebuke is surely going to be good for us. The worst thing about this is that we can delay them with Reverse Rebuke. Ugh, killing Oracle. But they play small things, so in one turn they can redeploy their things. That's the awkward part. An opponent using their removals on our creatures. We're fine with that. Those are removals that could potentially go to Kairi. Negate. Alright. So now I have to... Well, we could take an extra turn trying to find the extra land, because I would like to play Reverse Rebuke and hold up Negate. So let's try this thing. Got the 2 birds. There's the land. There is the land. Alright. I'm feeling happier. And then we can Cyclonic Rift them. Pay 2. Oh my god, Kambal is doing work. I don't know about Kambal, because in this deck, in Elas Ilkor, running Kambal is... It's cute. But I don't think it's too synergistic. It's just a good Orzhov card, for sure. But versus us, it's brutal. We are already at 12. We are killing ourselves. And there comes Kambal again. Sublime Epiphany. Alright, so we can play our commander and hold up Negate. So Kairi here is also good because if they kill it, we can bounce their things. And because their things are small in mana value, we can bounce most of the things. Let's keep paying life to negate this Oketra's Monument. We're down to 10. And opponent foretells. Ugh, and Esper Sentinels. Yikes. Alright. Ugh, more non-creature spells. We could also trigger Kairi. This is a creature, so I think I like this play. Let's do what this deck is supposed to be doing. Attack with Kairi. And then we can copy Kairi. And we will let original Kairi die, go to the command zone. And in this case, I'm going to bounce their creatures. Because we can keep Cyclonic Rifting them every turn, most likely. It's tempting to go mill 6, find better spells, but we have to kill them on the air. So this play is actually really good for us. We can also now play a Cold Steel Heart without the tax from Kambal. And yeah, this is a good tempo play from us. Oh, Doomscar. Alright, so they've had foretold a Doomscar, and now we have to mill ourselves and get some spells. Okay, what do we want to keep here? Maybe the Lightning Helix again and Reverse Rebuke. We could also stern this missile, maybe negate to negate some of their... We could use negate here. Lightning Helix, going to pass on that because we can only tap key to the archive for that. Well, maybe that wasn't... Well, we can bounce their things like eternally if we want to. Let's play Kairi. Do not pay life yet. Could also use Sublime Epiphany to copy Kairi. There's Elas. There's Heliod. And there's the black market. We find the land, which is good. And I feel like, of course, we have to Cyclonic Rift them again. Of course. And pay 2. There we go. Attack them for 6 in the air. And this is a slow process, and we are both going down in life. We are going down in life because we keep paying for the Kambal, and they're going down because we keep attacking them with a 6/6. I'm regretting not having picked the Lightning Helix. That was not correct. Because if we kill Kambal, we are going to win. Esper Sentinel one more time. And let's blink of an eye, Kambal, pay 2, go to 6. And they keep gaining these small chunks of life from Elasiel Core, which is... Ooh, Black Lotus. Top deck. Not too helpful here, really. And I think that we have to attack them, pass our pass, and try to Sublime Epiphany. We could play the Black Lotus still, paying for Esper Sentinel. Yeah, attack them for 6. Play the Lotus. Pay the tax. And just pass. Hopefully that they give us a target for Sublime Epiphany to counter something. We could also copy Kairi, bounce their entire board. So we are not dying here. Alright, so that's good enough. Counter, bounce, copy, and draw. So we will bounce their... We will bounce Elas. We will copy Kairi, and we will draw cards. And you can draw with Esper Sentinel. Thirst is good. And now we choose to keep the copy. And put Kyrie in the command zone. And we are going to... We shouldn't bounce anything here. I think that we just mill ourselves. Get 2 spells. Yes, this is such a powerful deck. This... Oh, Time Twister. Okay, so... That refreshes our hand. Which we desperately need. And we could also maybe get a Supreme Will to maybe counter something here. Opponent plays their commander one more time. And they go Kambal, which we cannot counter with Supreme Will, of course. But that's okay. Oh, I'm really worried that we are going to have to pay so much life now. Yeah, not finding that, not using that Lightning Helix to kill Kambal. I think I keep making the same mistake. I keep not getting the Lightning Helix. Wow. Alright. Let's work with what we have in hand. We go to our turn. Ooh, Narset. So we can play 2 spells and try to... and never play more spells again. Try to win with Kyrie. What's the line here? Let's go to attacks. Attack them for 6. And then we can go Narset. They can draw. Resolve Narset, take Narset down.
Like wind and wave. Hone your prowess.
Alright, that's not useful. We could also Time Twister. Let's tap correctly. We can Time Twister and then we can go Kyrie, bounce their board. Draw everything. We find the lands. Glasspool Mimic. Copy Kyrie. Keep this Kyrie. Bounce their board. Yeah. We keep bouncing their things. And we could now also... Should I use this? I think I should. Because then we can play Kyrie from the command zone next turn. Try to find some other spells from our graveyard. Copy Kyrie. Get the original Kyrie. This goes to the graveyard. And now we mill 6. There's another Time Twister again. Time Twister, and let's do Blink of an Eye. Could also bounce Heliod, and I think I would like to bounce Heliod because I don't want them to be able to attack with Heliod. if they found some other way to if they found some other way to increase its devotion. There it is. They're down to 8. We cannot play non-creature spells anymore because we are going to die to combo. But I think that we can keep looping Kairis forever. Esper Sentinel doing their thing. Income Ball. Alright. Once again, Luxior. Alright, so let's activate Narset first.
With thoughtfulness.
Get Helix. Now we get Helix. Oh, I want to get Time Warp. I want to get Time Warp, but we are going to die. So yeah, we get Helix here. Then we go to attacks. Attack them for 6. They go down to 4. And we play a land. We play Kairi one more time. Legend rule Kairi. Keep the original Kairi. Oh no, we keep the clone, because this means we can still keep playing Kairi from the command zone. This is so great. And we will Cyclonic Rift them one more time, like for 1 billion times. Wow, this is so good. And yeah, just also do the thing we did before. No need to risk it. Go bounce Heliod, and unless they can 2 us here, we are going to win. Elseal Core comes back. I made it look so difficult. Lightning Helix some turns ago would have obviously done it. I don't know why I didn't pick the Helix back then. It was really painful for sure. But this deck apparently can win through our errors. So just happy we cannot seem to lose games even if we are making punts. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed Kairi Mono Blue, infinite loops, infinite spells, and just clones and recursion. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, leaving a comment. We will see each other on our next video. I hope you have a wonderful day.